I am here. It's day 4 of Livemas, aka the CraftPrint version of Vlogmas. So if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, share the live, all of that good, all that good social media things. Again, I am live on multiple platforms. So right here, these are my TikTok peoples. Right here are my Instagram people, and right here are my YouTube people. So today, all of this week, actually, we're just talking about craft products and things like that. No actual work being done. I'm not teaching anything. I'm not showing you how to make anything. We're just talking about the products. Tomorrow or Saturday, we're going to start products, right? So if you missed any of the lives before, the first one was an introduction. The second one, I talked about how to use all of the Cricut machines, how to use them all at once, the differences, prices, things like that. Then yesterday's live, I talked about HTV Ron's products, the heat press, the phone press, and the tumbler press. So we talked about what we could make, pricing, all of that nonsense. Today we're going to talk about X-Tool. So I pulled it, I have it on my carts. I have the matching cart to the Husky desk. This is the Husky cart. So you only like pull one side on the handle and move it around the craft room. So this is the S1 that I have here. I also have the F1, which is, I'm just going to roll it and show you guys. I have them on my desk, the Husky desk on wheels. So this is the F1 with the little air purifier that you can get to go with them, right? So we're going to chat a little bit about X-Tool products and just lasers in general if you're thinking about getting a laser, right? Let me just grab questions. You debated on getting a Husky cart for supplies. I love it. I love it. The desk can go up and down, so that's really good. The cart, I like for the laser, because you can store things under there. There's a little, I got mad stuff down there. And then there's a wider drawer, and then there's these 2 drawers. And then there's also other ones with more drawer space. They have the desk, smaller size, longer sizes. They have the ones with or without drawers on the bottom. I absolutely love them. So if you're thinking about a Husky desk for the craft room, do it. Do it. They told you it was a crazy idea. Who's that? They didn't know what they were talking about. And was that a crafter? Because usually people who don't really do crafts wouldn't understand what you would need it for. You know what I'm saying? Get it. Don't listen to them. I know some other crafters who have them too. Love them. And in other colors. I think the Crafty Brick, she has like the red set with the toolbox. It's great. If I had more space, I would get another one. Like the one with the full set of drawers on it. The big tool chest. I want that, but I can't. I don't have the space. Not a crafter. You see? Here's the thing. That's why you got to be mindful of who you asking questions. Because if they're not doing what you're doing, they probably won't understand. Unless it's somebody who's around and help you. Because my other significant other, whatever you want to call him, the other day I was telling y'all it's hard to figure out what you even say that. But anyway, he understands like how I use things, how I like things, so he be on it for me. He be finding things for me. But if it's someone who's not too sure about it, they won't be able to answer correctly. It's going to seem like it won't work, but it actually would. So in other words, get the Husky products. So this is the S1, right? If you're thinking about getting a laser, I need you to first sit down and think about what you want to do with the laser. Do you just want to work with wood? If you want to work with wood, you can get away with just a diode laser. Read the description of the lasers. I've known people who said they saw the laser, it was affordable, and they got it right away thinking that it was a laser that could cut all acrylic colors. No. Diode lasers are good for wood products. If you want to work with acrylic, all colors, clear acrylic, mirror acrylic, you need a CO2 laser. And ahead of time, even if you don't read the description, once you look at the price differences between a diode laser and a CO2 laser, you'll know which one is the CO2 laser. It's the one that's more expensive, right? Hold on, I wrote down. So this one here, this is a diode laser. I work with wood for this. Hold on. Husky car for supplies. Share your thoughts. Oh, that's AI. Child, I didn't even know they have AI suggestions in these lives. I thought somebody commented. Child, what is going on? So I wrote it down ahead of time. Also, too, Xtool is not the only company that has lasers. Do your research. I used to have a CO2 laser that was a Glowforge. It stopped. It just completely stopped working after 2 years. I called them. The only thing they could do for me, my warranty was up. I believe it just was up. For some reason, Glowforges will break once it hit that 2-year warranty, and many crafters told me this. I spent $5,000. I'm very upset about that. After 2 years, it stopped working, and they said the only thing they could do for me is send me a refurbished one, and I would have to pay $1,500. If the brand spanking new machine only lasts me 2 years, how long the refurbished one gonna last me? So I told them, forget it. I don't want it. I really wanted to say stuff it up your ass, but I had to be nice and professional. So I don't do Glowforge anymore. I don't even recommend Glowforge to people because of that. Also, too, the software to use in Glowforge, they charge you like $50 a month just to do basic designing in their software. That sucks. So do not recommend. Do not recommend. Now, Xtool. I've worked with Xtool. I actually really like them. And so far, so good with the damn laser not shutting down on me. This one was actually sent to me. It's the S1 to do a collaboration to create content. The S1 starts at $1,549, right? Then they have bundles and stuff like that. But this is a diode laser, which means wood. Good for wood products. And I'll show you some examples. I only have ornaments right now. I have all the other stuff are in storage. So I'm going to show you some of the wood ornaments I've made. So I cut the wood and then I painted the colors. This one is like a Christmas lights. This one is the rocking chair that's for people who have a family member in heaven. I made this one for me and my sisters because our mom is not here. This is a grandma's house. So if you want to work with, and it's not just ornaments, there's so much other things you can make. I just don't have the projects here. Look at this one, a little cozy coop, and you can go anywhere and get ornament files. If you have a Creative Fabrica subscription, they have lots, and their subscription is around $3-4 a month, and you get access to fonts, files, printables, templates. Check out Creative Fabrica. I have a link in my bio, I believe, right? This one here, this is one of the funny ones. I'll read it to you. It says, a good friend will help you move your couch. A best friend will help you move the body. And that's the two with the little thing, right? I also made like, I'm using all of my devices, so I can't even show y'all. It was for Valentine's Day. It's a wood heart, and you could hold a little bottle of liquor in there. I think I'm gonna redo it for Christmas and do a Christmas tree shape. I think I'm gonna do that. Could you make something in a live? Not necessarily today. I am. So this whole month, I'm going live every day up until Christmas Day. So that's my Vlogmas for me, Livemas. And this week, we're just talking about the stuff, but starting like this weekend, every day it's going to be an actual project. So it's going to be some Cricut projects. It's going to be some laser projects. It's going to be some sublimation projects, some HTV projects. So every day we're going to do another project. Can you put wood in the Explore 4? No. These machines are strictly for paper, vinyl, HTV, stuff like that. They do have like this really thin balsa wood, but then you have to get a knife blade. You have to run it like 5 or more to 10 cuts, and it's never smooth. You want to work with wood and you want it to be smooth and clean, you need a laser. You need a laser. Let me just show y'all some random other ones. This one I did the surveillance, the elf and Santa surveillance. I bought the little surveillance camera from Michael's. You can get them on Amazon too. And then I just glued them on there. Are you asking too much? No, no, no. I do projects on live all the time. Let me tell you, I'm very comfortable with live. I love being here. If I could be here all the time crafting, I probably would. But I got a job and a life that you got to pay attention to. This is a little grandpa. Anyway, enough of the ornaments. So besides ornaments, there's a whole lot of other wood projects that you can do, and I am going to do on live. We're going to do a rotation of projects. Paper, I'm going to try to do holiday, maybe closer to Christmas. Since we already done everything we need to do for Christmas, we could do something for like Valentine's Day ahead of time, blah blah blah. But that's how we'll be working. Now, so the S1 is a diode laser. You want to do everything like acrylic. I miss acrylic, and I'm not gonna lie, a CO2 laser is in my future. I just know it. The thing is, I wanted to wait a few years actually until I get a house, and then I have space for a big one. Because these are desktop. These are for people like me with minimal space. They have lasers bigger than me that you could climb in the bed. Like, just research the companies and things like that. Hello, YouTube. How are ya? Hold on. Let me just make sure I get everyone in chat. Hello. How do you do today? So, I'm going to tell you the prices. So, X-Tool also have an M1. Not Thunder. I think the Aeon. I don't know. Thunder and Aeon and just... But those are the ones I want in the future when I have like garage space to put them in. Right now, I can only work with desktop. So I am looking into getting a P2. They came out with a P3, but that thing is big. I'll tell y'all the dimensions that it's going to cut. Where are you? Is it cold outside? I am New York City. Yep, it's cold outside. But I'm also doing on my lifestyle account, I'm doing a Vlogmas pajama edition. So every morning I'm posting a new pair of pajamas. And instead of changing them, y'all will see me in a new pair of pajamas every day. I'm just keeping on the pajamas. I was going to get dressed for the lives, but I'm already doing that one. Yeah. But anyway, if you want to see those, it's me.chandelg. That's my lifestyle account. But anyway, the P2 starts at $3,249. That is a CO2 laser. You will be able to cut acrylic. I think I still have some acrylic projects here, and I will show y'all in a moment. Omtech has, yes, I'm not going to lie. Deeza, you're right. The one that I saw that I love is Omtech. The big one that it's about $9,000, I think. It's huge. I even told Joelle, if you get in the house, make sure the day I gotta walk in the door, that Omtech is in the basement. But anyway, so the P2, the cutting bed is 23 inches by 12 inches. This one here, the S1, y'all know I didn't write down. I think it's about the same 23 by 12. Let me see if I have my, I had a, let me show you the bed. I forgot to write down the measurements, but I'll show you. I still got a piece of wood in here that I was doing something on. So your honeycomb tray is what you cut on. I used to use this thing a lot. This tray is burnt up. You'll be able to see. You see how burnt and fried up that thing is? So this is the size that you'll be able to cut on, right? This is about 20. I think the same, maybe like 20. Hold on, it's on here. This is 20 inches by about 13. So like 20 by 13 on this bed. And that's the S1. Right? Let me give you, I went on there and checked. So they also have, if you want to travel and do like pop-up shops and engrave products, there we go. They also have the F1, which is the smallest size that they have right now. This was the original one that you can actually travel with. And hold on. So that you engrave. You could just put your piece here. Also, too, if you want to see projects today on this, on both of them, I have some on my YouTube channel. Okay? So this here, you want to do pop-up shops. Yes, vendor lists, craft shows, and things like that. This smaller one is good to take. This one starts at $1,099 and up. Now, they created two more after this. This is the F1. There's a F2 and there's a F2 Ultra. And they're just like higher and wider. The F2 starts at 1,349. And that F2 Ultra, which is huge, it starts at 4,599. You might as well get a P2. Not that Ultra is more than the P2 for the big Ultra. But also too, it's kind of travel size but real bulky. I would get a P2. But anyway, so yeah. If you want to see videos, I already have some on my YouTube. They need to sponsor me. They did. I didn't pay for any of these. They sent them to me. So this, that one. I also had an M1, which is a smaller one. I didn't buy any of these. X2 actually did work with me and send me these machines. I'm trying to get a P2 out of their hands. That sounds horrible. You can't want to work with brands and talk like that. Let me behave myself and be professional. Now y'all got me showing out my crazy self on this live. I would love to work with them again to get a P2 so I can show you guys how it works and all of the amazing projects that you can make with it. Can you do acrylic on the P2? Yes. That's why I want the P2. So they also have a P3, but it's not really considered desktop. So for people like me who's limited to space and need desktop lasers, a P2 will be good, and it could do all acrylic colors. The mirror acrylic, the clear acrylic, all colors. If you get a diode laser, which is that one back there, the S1, I think it can only do black. Do I have the Venture? I do have the Venture. I just posted a video. The last video that I posted is a project that I did with the Venture with vinyl. The Venture also was sponsored by Cricut. They actually sent me that machine to create content with as well. I love the Venture. It's really fast. It's faster than all of the machines. You do need space. I do recommend you getting the base. It's on wheels. The base also can hold the mats and things like that. It's really good when you don't have space. Right now, my living room, I just turned into my craft room. So that's the space. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if you need it. So here's the thing. If you ever ask me about craft supplies, I'm not the girl to speak to if you only want to buy what you need. I will encourage you to only buy what you need. I'm the person that's going to tell you every time to get it. I love having all of the things. If I could, I would. If I could sell my children, I would. They're adults, so I don't care now. I mean, when they was little, great. No, I wouldn't give away my babies. But they grown-ass men. I'll trade them in. I will definitely trade them in for craft supplies. Target table is 27 and 28. I'll hold on to my 18-year-old and my 24-year-old. No, 23. See, I don't even remember their damn age. My 18 and my 23-year-old, I'll hold on a little bit. 27 and 28, I'm selling their ass for craft supplies. But anyway, I like to just have all of the things. And if you see me too, I always try to tell people, because I do get, oh my God, you got it good. I wish. I'm irresponsible as hell when it comes to spending. The credit card bills are high. And also too, I also add these things on as gifts. Christmas, birthday. I wait till those occasions come up and I add them to my list so I can get it. Also too, I try to make sure, when I first started, I didn't. But now I'm at a point in creating within the last couple of years where I create content, help people and share people so that brands would be willing to work with me so that I can talk about the product anyway and not have to buy it, you know? And then in some occasions get paid to actually create the content too. So we all could get there. Now, I gave y'all all the prices, right? The P3, that's the newer one, bigger, not necessarily desktop, but it is a CO2 laser and it cuts a lot. That one starts at $6,299, right? So those are just X2 brands. Again, that's the brand that I've worked with. That's the brand I've actually collaborated with as well. So that's what I know. There are many others. I want you to do your research if you're going to buy. Just make sure you know if you want a diode or a CO2. Because when I get the space, believe you me, I'm getting a big one. Do I reach out to brands or do they reach out to me? So far, they've reached out to me. I haven't reached out, but you can. I'm just a chicken. So you can pitch brand, like every brand, Clorox, whoever the hell you want to pitch. You can pitch to them. I'm just a punk. I did tell myself that I'm going to start trying to pitch to brands. But so far, all of the brands that I've worked with, they reached out to me. You're waiting on the P2 and to be delivered. Ooh, girl, let me come over. That's right. Make sure you posted it. Sean does it all. Make sure you posted it. I want you posting the unbox. You should be posting that it's arriving. Make a post when it gets here, when you unboxing. Do something when you set up. Make videos of what you're doing. Y'all get that content out, okay? So I did reach out to a brand. I reached out to Xtool because the person that I was working with has not been responding, and I'm thinking she's not with the company anymore. So that's the only person I've actually reached out to work with. But so far, all of the brands I've worked with, they've reached out to me. That has been Cricut, Michaels, Xtool, HTV Ront, and probably a few other, but the like main big ones, Michaels, Cricut, Xtool, HTV Ront, they reached out to me. I do want to get into more lifestyle content. I think that's also why I created a lifestyle account, so that I could work with more lifestyle brands. I think with some brands, it's like, this is all crafting. You're not going to be able to help us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm working on growing my lifestyle account. So while we're here, if you're interested in everything other than crafting that I post, I do have another account. It's me.shondelg. I have one on IG and have one on TikTok. So with that being said, that was the brief about these little bad boys. Also, too, we talked about the desk. Oh, let me get you guys some example of some acrylic things. I might have some. Most of them that I've done have been like orders I had to ship out. If you're in the mood to scroll some, you can scroll down my page and you'll probably be able to see some of the old stuff. But since the machine stopped working, I haven't been able to cut acrylic, you know? I took out an acrylic topper and I showed them yesterday. And I don't know acrylic. Hold on, I might have some small pieces here though. Oh yeah, I do. Alright, I'm coming in and shake some of them. Here, let me just grab. This is an ornament. This is a little frame. This is a cake gem. Alright, here's some options here that I've done. If you want to work with acrylic, again, you need a CO2 laser. me.shondelg. me.shondell, the letter G at the end. So here are some things, if you want to work with acrylic, some examples. This was my cake topper for my 42nd birthday. So it's 2 colors of acrylic, pink on the back. What's this color on the top? Can't remember the name. I did silver acrylic on the bottom, and then I blinged out the actual name. There we go. This is all mirror acrylic. Rose gold is the color on the top. That's what it is. Rose gold mirror acrylic, pink mirror acrylic, silver on the name, and then I blinged out the name. And here's the thing with these, a lot of people used to ask me for like files, give me the SVG. These are custom, right? You could design them yourself. All you're doing, typing the number 42, you're gonna type the name, put it right on top of each other. Highlight both, create an offset, and then get the shape like this, a little point. You could create it by putting a triangle and a rectangle, welding that together, and then attach them to your offset. And that's the back side. So that's my offset welded to my points for the cake topper. And that's how I did that, right? Can this be made on the Glowforge Plus? Yes. So Glowforge Pro and Plus, I made this on the Plus. You can make that on these. Once it's a CO2 laser. This is another one. My youngest son, his favorite color was yellow. So it's white acrylic, yellow acrylic, and then the base is clear acrylic. I love working with acrylic. I can't wait to get back into it, even though I don't like taking orders. This is a little dusty. This was a Mother's Day cake topper, gold mirror acrylic on top of clear acrylic. And then I did, this is a Christmas ornament in green. And then I love to add a little bling to make things stand out a little. And I have these in all colors. This is a Cricut Cutie ornament with red acrylic, black, and white acrylic. At one point, I made them in every color. This is a rainbow cake topper. A little bit more work because you got to cut every color. But I did, all of the colors are in acrylic with a clear base. So it's the same thing. I found a rainbow SVG file. I did an offset, added that. What's a good price to get acrylic at a, ooh. Acrylic is very expensive. No matter where you get it from, it's not cheap. Go to Houston Acrylics. For me, if I needed to rush, there's a place in New York City that I hopped on the train. They're like the most expensive though. Canal Plastics. They have some good prices, and then it's a little expensive, I think, because it's New York City. CMB Acrylics. I think all of these people have social media platforms. They're there. I've never purchased acrylic from the actual brands. Xtool actually sells acrylic. I don't know what their prices look like. I never looked. You can also get acrylic on Amazon if you wanted to rush. So they're out there. Right now I buy my wood from Amazon. I actually have a pack here that I want to do some things for. Do I have any videos for acrylic cake toppers? I can't remember. I think I do. I might have one or two, but you're gonna have to scroll back. It's been about 2 or 3 years since I had a CO2 laser. I think I did. I did do acrylic on cake gems. I did, so I do have acrylic tutorials on YouTube. You just have to like scroll back. This is another, this was a Valentine's Day cake gem. So the same place that you get SVGs from, whether it's Etsy, Creative Fabrica, you can use them. So, and no matter which company you get your laser from, there's going to be specific software to design in. Which laser are you saying to use? If you want to cut all acrylic, you need a CO2 laser. No matter which company it is from, CO2 laser. Just read the description. For Xtool, their CO2 laser are the P2 and the P3. That's their CO2 laser. All the others are diode lasers. With diode lasers, you can like engrave, but it's mainly for, what's this thing called? Wood. Also too, I have the piece here. Let me show you guys. I have an M1, but it's in storage. So with this is from Xtool. They have a rotary attachment. Obviously, I have never used this bad boy. I think I'm going to make that a goal to use it. So with the rotary attachment, this will allow you to put like a tumbler on there, attach it, and then engrave and have it turn while it's engraving so it can go around and not just using a flat surface. As y'all can see, I have never used the rotary attachment. I think I'm going to. That could be some content. Also, too, with the F1, if you want to do something that's a little longer than the square base, hold on, let me pull this in here. Right, so what time we have, guys? Oh, okay, we're good. This is the surface for the F1, right? Also, too, I haven't seen anybody do it like this, but you can remove this. And let's say you wanted to, I don't know, engrave an initial on a car. You can hold this up like this, and the laser will shoot through here and engrave. I would not be doing all of that. So you have this plate. This is the area you can do. The riser. You don't want to keep this open. You will fuck up your eyes. You will mess up your eyes. This green is to protect your eyes from the laser. You bring it down and put it on it. If you end up using something that's a little bit wider, let's say you bored it down right here, it's sticking out through the sides, you're probably good. But if it's something where this needs to be open just a little bit, you're going to need to, let me give you, where do I have it? Invest. And you can get it on Amazon. Anytime the laser is not closed, you're going to need the glasses to protect your eyes. You cannot look at the laser. Guess who tried it one day like a dummy? Yeah, I thought my eyes was burning off. So it will protect the rays from your eyes. Also too, Joel is a welder, so he actually have like the big mask and things like that. Another thing is, if you want to do something, let me put this back because I will forget and go back to work with this shit on my face. Like a popsicle stick. So let me get you an example right here. So you know when you make your custom fans like these and stuff, it's longer than here, right? Y'all see what I'm showing you? It's a little bit longer. And right now when you pull this down, it's just gonna do the square area. So they have an attachment. If I didn't see your, oh, look at this. It's totally off topic. This is the luggage and the passport and the camera for my elf. Gotta put this over here. Hold on. My elf is very important to me. My elf babies are very important to me. All right, hold on. Let me show you. Don't bust my head. There is a slide extender for the F1, right? Now this I have used, and I have a tutorial. When I did the unboxing for this, I showed how to use this attachment, right? I'm just gonna take it out. So this goes on here. You have to screw it in. In the video on YouTube, I show you exactly what you need to do. Let me just move this out the way. So when you attach this here, right, what it would do is if you have something long, when you're in the software, you're going to design it, and it's going to start engraving, and then this is going to move over to engrave the entire thing. So that's what this attachment is for. You have longer pieces. Even if you have something this long, you can start it and then it'll move while it engraves. So you don't have to like move it to get the other side. So that's what that attachment is for. And that's mainly everything when it comes to like X-Tool, their prices. I think they still have they have sales a lot though. They definitely do. All right, so my question to you is there anything else you guys want me to discuss before we start doing actual tutorials for these lives? Or are we good? Anybody? And also, do you have any questions today? If you're new here, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Bling tutorials for Glowforge. Ask for tips. Bling for Glowforge? What do you mean? Like the bling items that I showed you? You're going to cut on the Glowforge and then you're going to bling your items after. So with this, I cut the pieces, glued them all together, and then I went in and placed the stones one by one on my name. How much did the green laser cost? This one? Let me get my book. I did not purchase. They actually sent it to me. It starts at $1,099. Not 900. So 1,100 basically for this smaller one, and then they have bigger ones. The F2 starts at $1,349, and there's a F2 Ultra. That's $4,599. All right, so I think I got all of the questions. Let me just check to see if YT over here have any questions. when can you do the front and back when you do acrylic? So you can't really do the front and back unless if you're doing, so it depends on your design. So let me say that, right? So let's say you have a piece of acrylic and you wanted to engrave on one side. You can engrave and then you can flip it over and engrave the other side. Or something, I don't think I have an engraved piece of acrylic because I would have been able to show you. Like when you're using mirror acrylic, once you engrave from the back side and you mirror your image, and then it shows up on the front. So you can't do both sides. You would have to get two pieces and then glue them together. What project would you be making where you're doing both sides though? Any other questions? Your biggest concern is about safety and setup. Do you have to set up near a window using the laser? Yes, you definitely should have a window. So I live in an apartment. I'm on the 4th floor. And this is where I say, y'all make sure y'all have somebody handy in your life. He cut a piece of wood. I'll show you the piece of wood right now. It's a little, hold on. So they do have their own separate, so this right here is like the little filter. And you could plug the machine into here and it'll filter out the air, but I still put the hose out the window. So this right here is just a random piece of wood that's cut to the width of my window. He cut a circle hole right here and put this cap on top of it. It usually has like the little closing that could swing open. I don't know how I broke it off, right? So it's like a cap that goes right in the middle. So this right here sits in my windowsill, and then I close the window on top of it. So every time I'm ready to use the lasers, I keep it either near the window, or this is on a cart, so I could just move it around. And that's why I got, this is the desk. This is why I got the Husky cart. So like when I'm using it, I roll it to the window. Today I just want to show it to y'all, so I rolled the cart over here. But hold on, this is the back. And the thing is, the CO2 laser that I had, the hose is bigger than this one, I think. Oh no, I think, so this is the hose in the back. Let me try to swing it around. There we go. So this one is the right size. The F1 hose is a little skinnier. So when this is in the window, we just put this right in there and vent it out the window in the building. So just picture this sitting in the window like that. That's what you would see from the outside. My window closes right on top of this, and then the pipe goes in, and then when I'm done, I can just take it out, and then there's a little door that's usually there. And that's it. And then I just take it off. I am very pressed for space. I live in an apartment, so we had to do that. There are some people who just open the window and kind of close it down. I like this because it's like sealed all around for nothing to come, you know, in. So what I was saying is the hose for this one is a little smaller. See the size difference? So what I do is when I have this in the window, I just put it here, and I have like an old t-shirt that I stuff to fill in right here and leave it in the window, so I don't have to like keep going back and forth or figuring out like a different hole or none of that nonsense. But when it gets really cold in the winter, I take it out of the window because I need to close the window, and then if I'm ready to use it, I put it back. And that's kind of like the headache if you live somewhere where you have the seasons, multiple seasons. When it gets really cold, you have to kind of deal with that. That's just a random piece of wood, and I don't know what that circle piece is he put in there. But we found this in the aisle in Home Depot. I would have to ask him what the hell this thing is called. But this is just a little slice of wood. It was brown, but he was like, leave it brown. No fucking thank you. I had to paint it. I just painted it white. But yeah. and some circle cap. It's probably called a cap something. I don't know. Excel review. Ask about its uses. Oh, that's the AI thing again. Lord God. Like your portable air conditioner hose. Yes, it's the same type of hose. Same type of hose goes into these lasers, just like you use in the dryers or everything like that. Same, it's the same hose. Basically, you're venting all those fumes out of your house. Got it. Yeah, I like the piece of wood. If you could get somebody to measure your window, cut the piece of wood, cut that. There's a circle saw, like, don't ask me what it's called. I think it's an attachment to the drill. That's a circle that cuts circles. And that's how he also did the holes for the crickets, but they're smaller circles. So he did circles on each end and then did a straight saw going across. So that's why the holes are like oval. What time we have, guys? Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. Black Mama Talk. Myrna, let me know if you have a specific project you were referring to with the front and back of the acrylic. Yeah, so we're on day 4. I did lives before. It's just going through all of the nonsense that we have going on here, and then we're going to start working on projects. I did not create a list of projects yet, so if you're thinking of something, throw it in there. We can't do projects that take really long, because Monday through Friday, I do these lives on my lunch break. On the weekends, I could probably do longer ones. But Monday through Friday, we have to find products that we can do within an hour. Or we can choose projects where, because it'll be hard when you need to see the screen. Hold on, my kids don't like nothing of them being in these lives. Let me just switch y'all this way. Because he'll have a heart attack. So maybe we can do something where I have the pieces cut and I show you how to assemble. It's really hard on live to show you how to design. That's the hardest thing. So I think I'm going to have to eventually find time to convert some of these to actual YouTube tutorials. Because if you go to my YouTube, you will see that I explain to you the designing process, assembly process, everything in the YouTube videos. Do I have dedicated videos on print and cut? I do. I have projects, cake toppers, regular print and cut. I have a video just on print and cut. I have videos on how to calibrate your machine. I have a video on mostly everything that when it comes to Cricut. I would just say you do have to scroll. I've been posting for a really long time. I think I have over 200 videos. A lot of the most recent videos are some projects, and then I have a lot of template videos that I have available, and then it goes back into crafting. So if you just scroll back, I definitely have whatever you need to know when it comes to Cricut. Am I going to open my Etsy store back? Not right now. I have a lot of things going on with my health, physical and mental, that I'm trying to work on, and trying to keep up with everything has been driving me nuts, and it's taken a toll on my health. So I'm trying to dial back on things. Taking any orders is one of them. The supplies I barely even promote. I want to just get them out so I can not even have the website anymore. I really need to focus on that. Do you use any silhouette machines? I don't. I do have 2 silhouette machines. My goal is to learn how to use them. I wanted to learn before the year is up, but I don't think it's going to happen. I do have 2 silhouettes though, but eventually, in the future, I do plan on learning how to use them. And also the Juliet. Oh, you're just wondering if it could be done. Okay. With the Juliet, I did, Patrick from Caesar reached out to me and said we could do a live where he shows me how to use the machine. So once we coordinate all of that, I'll have a live where he's teaching how to use that machine too. I do have one Caesar Juliet. They just sit on the other side of the craft room at the top of my shelves until I learn how to use them. The main reason I got them, and the main reason I wanted to learn how to use them, because I sell glitter metallic cardstock, I wanted to be able to use my products in all of the machines. The time just has not been good to me. So, we have 5 more minutes. Any more questions, comments, concerns, suggestions for products as we go? Do I have any product on sale? I actually lowered the price now. So the packs are 10 for 10. So you get 10 in a pack for 10. So you're basically spending $1 per sheet of metallic and glitter. Also, I changed the prices. My the adhesive foam squares, I lowered the price to $1 each for the adhesive foam squares. There's no more black, so I only have pink, blue, white, yellow, orange, and green. Do I suggest to buy a used laser? It's definitely up to you, but I don't buy a used anything. I don't like buying used. I'd be too scared. I think it's just something broken that they fix that's gonna break on me again. I'd be too scared. And make sure you put a thank you card, Table. Any questions or suggested? No. The bottom of the shelves, that's cardstock, and in the mesh, one of the mesh baskets, that's wood. My acrylic is in the hallway. Huh?
What are you talking about?
He went to the doctor. Yeah, I don't trust used products. I'm scared. I'm so scared, child. When I buy new things, there's always something happening, much less if I buy something used. I'm nervous. Okay, I think I got all of the questions. So, I don't think we have any more to really talk about. I did do the hat press. The Key DIY sent me the hat press. I did do a video on that too. That's up on the YouTube. So I think tomorrow we're gonna do a project. I'm gonna find a project. I gotta figure out something. And tomorrow we'll start with actual projects. So what I use is a bookshelf. It's not the Billy bookshelf. It's actually, it was a bookshelf from Target. I turned it on its side so that the acrylic could stand up, but you have to reinforce each shelf. So we use metal L brackets and screw them in to keep the shelves still because the acrylic is heavy. So that's how I have it stored, and it's in the hallway. That's why I tell people, like, even with my craft room, it's not enough. I have a storage room full of things. I have 2 drawer sets like across from my kitchen. In the hallway, I have acrylic and some other things stored. It's taking over my life. But sideways bookshelf, reinforce the shelves, and then the acrylic can stand straight up. That's how I store my acrylic. I've seen people make their own kind of stand for it as well. I think you can fit some down here. You can. Let me do that real quick and we'll see. So if you get this, which machine is best for acrylic or toppers? A CO2 laser. It needs to be a CO2 laser. No matter what brand you get, CO2. If we're talking X-Tool, it's their P2 or P3. If you're doing my arch nemesis, Glowforge, you can get the Pro or the Plus. All the other brands, I don't even know, they mainly have CO2 lasers. But just make sure you're looking for CO2 lasers. You store flat because they start to bow. I've never really had that issue because I never kept them that long. But I probably need to look at the ones I have in the hallway because they've been sitting there for years. But I do usually store them upright. The bottom of this cart, I'm going to try to... Nope, I can't bend y'all down on this one. I'll have to leave it. Table, bring me a piece of acrylic from the hallway. Just one sheet. When you're done there. What are we cooking today? What time is it? 2 o'clock. I'm about to go quick fast. Let's just... Bring me a piece of acrylic. Think of something to cook, because when you come back, you could get, if we need any ingredients to get it from the store. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, it's smaller than the bottom, so it could store down here too. This is not acrylic, but
Yeah, that's
this is wood. Actually, my settings were off, so it didn't go through. But the acrylic is like this length. The bottom of here, I have the tools stored. I'll lean y'all down. This is a piece of. This is white mirror acrylic, white, silver mirror acrylic down here. And I'm gonna bend the phone down a little so y'all can see down. Hold on. I'm gonna have to lean the stand. So you see down there? That's the bottom has like a little tray on the cart. You can actually store them down there. I have all the like accessory pieces for X tool down there. Let me lean you YouTube. Hold on, right here. Right there. So at the bottom of the cart, they have a little storage open compartment besides the drawers, and you could store your like wood and acrylic there if you want to. And that's it. I'm doing good, thank you kindly. So that's it, guys. I am going back to work. Lunch break is over. Thank you guys for joining. So we're officially done talking. So tomorrow's live, we're going to actually find a project to do. And from then on, I'll be listing products. Can the Husky hold a Glowforge Plus? It probably can. It probably will come over a little bit more. So that's the Husky cart, though. If you get the Husky desk, they're long. I bought I think this is, I can't remember the measurements, but my desk is way longer. So if you want, the only reason I didn't put any laser on the desk is because I use the desk to create content and to work on. So you can get a longer one if you want. Good afternoon, Mel. So I have a LTK link. I have the cart and the desk in my LTK. If you go to the link in my bio. Money holders with foil. The cart, I have an LTK link, it links to it, but if you want to go in store, you can get the cart or the desk from Home Depot. It's basically the tool section. Husky is mainly for tools, but like anything else as crafters, we could use them too, you know? Oh, you said, where did I learn to craft? I'm self-taught. I just keep practicing over the years. I've always been the one to do like party decorations for my family and stuff. And little by little, I just keep learning, practicing. I try new things. I do research, all that stuff. Which one is better, Glowforge or X Tool? For me, Glowforge. So I honestly, I don't foil because I don't have a laser printer. And I usually don't like the foil where you're using the like actual heat and the machine or the like Cricut or stuff. But I could look into something. All right, guys. So I have to go back to work. Lunch break is over. If it's your first time here, welcome. My name is Shondell. I'm the creator of the CraftPrint, your favorite crafter. If you have the time, just search down my page and you can see all of the projects that I have done in the past. I'm on every social media platform, including YouTube. I have over 200 tutorials teaching you a little bit of everything. So you can head over there and then subscribe. And come back here. I'm going to be posting every morning what time we're going to go live. I'll be going live every day this month up until Christmas Day. Glowforge or X Tool? I had a really bad experience with Glowforge, so I always suggest X Tool. But they are not the only companies with lasers. So I want you guys to do your research. I like X Tool also too. I've worked with X Tool. They've sent me the machines that I do have, so I just want to let you guys know that. But there are other brands. I had a bad experience with Glowforge, so I don't suggest them because it broke down in like 2 years. And I spent $5,000 on that machine and it only lasted me 2 years. I don't suggest it. So anyway, thanks for coming. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace in the Middle East, rain in Spain. As soon as I figure out the project, don't worry, tomorrow morning I will be announcing what we're going to work on tomorrow. Peace. Now I got to shut down all 3 of these lives.